Hey sis,
Hey sis,
how's everything going? How's your week been?
everything's going well. Thank you for asking. It's been a busy week here too. My oldest just graduated high school, so that was an event. And then also Father's Day. So I just want to say happy Father's Day to all you, all great fathers out there, to our viewers that are fathers. Just happy belated Father's Day to you. How have you been?
I've been really well. We're of course in the full swing of summer, so the kids, are busy. I feel like you and I had talked about earlier, we're just kind of like tasked with running our kids around. Of
Mhm.
course, Father's Day just happened. Juneteenth just
Yes.
happened last week, so happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. And then we have 4th of July coming up. So I feel like we're just, the ball is rolling and we just got to run after it and chase it. But I want to say to everybody, welcome to the ZWSB.24 podcast. This is season 1, but we are on our 5th episode of the podcast. So we're excited to bring our 5th episode to you guys.
Mhm.
And for our 5th episode, we're going to be talking about summertime fun and routine tips. So we're excited to bring those things to you. We've
Mhm.
actually added something a little new, and it's called Tell Me Something Good. So, what we're going to begin doing is telling something or sharing something with you guys that we have learned throughout the week, or, just, scrolling through TikTok, reading, the paper or a magazine. So, I was actually on TikTok, like a lot of us, just scrolling through, and I came across these mindset quotes that have the capability to change your mindset. So I wanted to share this, of course, with you, sis, and you guys as well. So the first thing that the mindset quote talked about was stop being afraid of spending money.
Mhm.
And this is something that sometimes I struggle with. I, of course, like to save. The dynamic of my husband and I is that I save. I don't really like to spend money that often or spend money on myself. And my husband, he'll see something and make a plan to get it.
Mhm.
So I think that this is a great thing to live by, or mantra to live by, because if you never buy something for yourself or do something nice for yourself, then what are you adding to you? What are you
Yeah.
doing for your enjoyment? And not only that, spending money isn't a bad thing. I mean, you
Mhm.
go on vacation and you spend money, that's a good thing because you're buying memories, you're creating memories with your family. So it's a great thing. If you have trouble, spending money, or you think about it often, don't think of it as losing money. Think of it as investing in yourself, investing in creating memories. So
That's
I
good.
really loved I really loved reading that and hearing that reassurance that, the money is not gone. It's gone into something for you, for your family. So I
Mhm.
really love that. The second thing from the TikTok that I saw was you may always have conflict in your life. You must learn how to enjoy life while you solve them. And I love
Mhm.
that because something can happen to you, and no matter what it is, you can have a tendency to maybe just be down because that one thing happened. But quite frankly, life isn't perfect. There's always going to be something that happens, but you have to learn how to enjoy life while going through the conflict or trying to figure it out and solve it. So I love
Mhm.
that too. Another thing that they talked about was 90% of life is just showing up. And I really liked hearing about that because when you think about it, we have an opportunity to just stay in our space,
Mhm.
stay within our homes, stay, in our perimeters at all time. But if you show up for something, if someone invites you, or, you haven't seen a friend in a long time, showing up to visit with them, planning something is a beautiful thing because it allows you to create memories, and there may be an opportunity there for you. So those are a few of the things that I saw that I wanted to share with you and share with you guys. So that's my
Yeah.
tell you something good.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's really good. Yeah. So for something good that I thought of is definition of success. I think that a lot of us struggle with that, and our definition of success is what we believe what others think they think we need to be successful versus what we think in our minds and in our heart. So, a little piece of advice is to not base your success off of what someone else wants for you. Just think about wherever your heart is, what your desire is, and go for that. Because if you do, then that is success. That is your success. That's what's going to make you happy.
Mhm.
So, that is that piece of advice that I think was something good that I wanted to share with you all.
I love that. That's great because I think a lot of times we could let things define us. We can
Mhm.
let moments define us, expectations of others define us. So that's really beautiful. I really like that a lot. Our goal, I know when I see something that inspires me or I hear something that's good to me, good for my spirit, good for my heart, a lot of times it lifts me up and I love to share it with others because my hope is that it would help you as well. And I know that we do that a lot for each other. I know if you see something or you see, someone that shares motivations, you share it with me. And it is something that it just uplifts you and it lets you know that you're not alone in this world going through something or, just trying to be a better person. So that is our segment of Tell Me Something Good. So we're going to move on to our first question that we have for the podcast. Like we mentioned before, this episode is about summertime fun and routine tips. So we're in the full swing of summertime. I know that on our own, we're really busy ladies. We're working ladies, working moms
Mhm.
and wives. And we also have kids that are in an array of activities. So when they're not doing those activities, kids can quickly become bored.
Yes.
So, what summer activities would you recommend for you to spend time just with yourself, investing in yourself? What summertime activities would you recommend for your kids and your spouse?
Yes. So for myself right now, I mean, I do work full time. So it can be a little bit difficult. And then with all these other events that have been happening, but I think just scheduling time in general, even if it's over the summer, anytime. So for those who want to know a little bit about me, I love the special spa treatment. So I think that's a great thing, even in the summer, making time for yourself. It's really hot outside. So if you want something that's more relaxing and cooling to be indoors, I find that taking some time to go to the spa, if it's getting your nails done, if not, maybe if you like to take walks, even if it's really hot outside, take short walks for yourself. You can sit outside if you have a deck in the back, maybe read a book in the morning, enjoy those summer rays, get your vitamin D in there and soak in those rays. I think those are some of the things for myself. And as far as for like the kids, so I have one that is working right now. He's getting ready for college. He's not really an outdoorsy person, but I do advise for kids to get some exercise. I know video games is like the thing. Every kid is on social media or on their phones or playing video games, but try to get your kids outside, even if they're old enough where you don't have to watch them. Tell them, hey, take a walk. I know my going to be high schooler, my middle son, he likes to go to the pool. He's literally at the pool almost every day. And I think that's really good. It's great exercise. There's fun. He invites his friends. So that'll be a great activity that you can do. Or if you have family time, maybe you can go to the beach if you're near one. I know my family, we went paddle boating a couple weeks ago, and that was really nice to do. And it was right at the beginning of June. So just a few weeks ago, and that was really nice to kind of get out of the house and spend family time. That's a great activity. You can go to water parks. If you have a theme park that's near you and you have the time to do that, that's really fun for yourself, for the kids if they like to ride rides. As far as my spouse goes, I think just taking a time even to do a little picnic outside, take a walk. And if it's really hot, because where I'm at, everyone, it is super hot, it's super humid. Maybe go on a date, go on a dinner date, whether it's outside, a picnic, or go see a movie. So there's just some fun activities to do.
Yeah, I like that. I love those, ideas that you had because, not everything I know we just, shared something or I shared something, about not being afraid to spend money, but you don't have to spend money all the time to have fun. So sometimes just, taking a walk outside, you feel good because you're enjoying outdoors, you're getting your vitamin D like you mentioned, and then not only that, you're also getting some exercise. So it's a win all over. And I mean, it is a proven fact that when you exercise, that you sleep better and you feel better about yourself. And I mean, I can attest to that. Whenever I've gone walking, I feel a sense of accomplishment whenever I've done something like that, especially with the kids, like going for a walk with my daughter. She loves going for walks. I put her in the stroller and she just loves looking around, singing, and, I just enjoy our moment doing that together. So I love your recommendation for summer activities for the kids. So my sister and her husband, they go to a Lowe's Kids Workshop. I don't know if you've heard of them, but
Yeah.
they're really cool. It's every 3rd Saturday of the month. You can go into a Lowe's. I believe Home Depot does it as
We
well.
do. That's the first Saturday of every month.
Okay. So
Yes.
Home Depot, guys, is the 1st Saturday of every month. Lowe's is the 3rd Saturday of every month. You can take your kids in these DIY projects and activities. They're free, and you have an opportunity for your kids to do something hands-on and for you to do it with them. So that is a super cool activity. I know my niece, she made recently a birdhouse, and it was the cutest little birdhouse for her mom for Mother's Day. So her and her dad were able to do that and give it to her mom for Mother's Day. So that was really cool. I remember doing something similar with my son when he was older as well. It's completely free and such a great experience you can have. Another thing I used to do with my kids, Barnes and Nobles every Saturday has story time at 11. Now that's at my local Barnes& and Nobles where I live, so check out the Barnes& and Nobles where you live, for their story time on Saturday. So that's really nice. I think even for, stay-at-home moms, or stay-at-home parents, they have different story times during the week as well. Did you ever do that with your kids, Stephanie or Z?
Yeah. So actually, my daughter and I, when we try to fit it in twice a month. So our local library does them on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. So that's like our mother daughter day. So we'll go out to the library and we'll do family story time, and then we'll go pick out some books after that. And then there's also a park outside, which is also another thing, for summertime. If your local library might be attached to a park, so go to the park, take your kids to the park, let them enjoy that. And another thing too that I thought of when you were mentioning the Home Depot and Lowe's is really great for dexterity too. But if you look at your local grocery store, they might have cooking classes for kids.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's really good. I used to take my middle son all the time. My oldest really wasn't he didn't really care for it. But my middle child, we used to go all the time when he was 3, 4. I believe there was a Kroger's where I was living at before, and they did that. So check there. And I know Michael's usually has some
That's
kind of
great.
creative type class. You just have to look at their calendar to see what they're making. You could do that. So there's lots of fun activities to do indoors and outdoors, people. So look at that. Look at your local newspaper, go online and check out some options. So there are great things for your children. And then there's also things too for your spouse. If you look online, maybe go check out a winery. That'll be a great date night, or
Yes.
during the weekend if that's the only time that you have for your spouse. Check those out. I know where I live, we have tons of wineries in our area. Even summer activities with your friends or your girlfriends, because I know we've got some
Yeah,
fun things coming up for the summer that we
we
want to take
do.
for each other. So going to a winery, taking spa day with your best friend, hanging out, that'll be a great thing too to do.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Going on a date, that's
Mhm.
like you mentioned, to the movies. Those are really great things. I think so. I saw this sometime early last year where you can kind of plan out a date with your
Mhm.
spouse. So I saw where you kind of maybe choose 4 to 5 places from
Mhm.
the morning to like the afternoon time, and you write them out on note cards, and then you hold them out to your spouse and have
I've
them
seen
like
that.
pick.
Yeah.
So you can do like my husband, so I didn't start drinking coffee. Small segue for a second. I didn't start drinking coffee until I got married. That's when I really started drinking coffee because my
Mhm.
husband and his family, they're coffee connoisseurs.
Mhm.
So every time I was with them, I was like the only one not drinking coffee because I was under the impression that you drink coffee to stay up, but
Mhm.
they drink it as a social drink. And so
Mhm.
so because of that, of course, my husband and I ended up getting into coffee and I became a coffee drinker. So I say that to say some couples, what they've done is they've written down coffee shops and they've
Um,
kind of put it on 2 pieces of paper and then they'll hold it out to their spouse. Of course, they're not seeing what the choices are and then they get to pick
yes.
where to go at random. So I think that's something that I would like to try with my spouse, like different places.
Yeah.
Um, you know, uh, or they've even done it with, like, how to dress for the day. So they've done it, like, loungewear or casual wear, like, that type of thing.
Mhm.
So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's really adventurous. I think when you are with someone for a long time, I think it's important to do things like that, that are fun and, it kinda makes you feel young again where you're kinda exploring new things together. So I
Yeah.
love that idea. Tell me, guys, if you end up doing that. If I do it, I'll definitely share my experience with you guys
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's really good. I had seen that before. I also saw someone post like a jar, like a mason jar with popsicle sticks. So if you get bored of doing the same thing all the time, you just everyone or you can do this with the kids, you can do it with your spouse, or you can even do it for yourself. But you would just write on the popsicle stick what you're intending to do for that day. Whatever you pull out is what you do, and no, like you just can't make any other decisions other than what is given to you. And then once you've done it, you can toss it so that you don't repeat it. So
I like that.
I think I need to try that with my kids and my spouse. But
Um,
just really quick, I just thought of this idea too. Another activity, guys, that y'all can do is a drive-through movie. So it's
ooh,
so nostalgic to me. I got the opportunity to do this. I'm gonna say it was 4 or 5 summers ago. It's been a very long time. So there are some older towns, maybe not, maybe there are just some newer towns that have it, but something about sitting in your car, turning the station to whatever stations they have where you can actually listen to the big screen that is in front of you and ordering some popcorn and sitting in your car. And some people actually will sit if you have like a rooftop on your car, or maybe you have a big bed, like a truck bed, you can do that at nighttime. And I think that is awesome. That is something late evening on summer nights because it's cooler to try out. So check out online, see if there's any local drive-in movie theaters.
I love that. I've actually never been to a drive-in movie in my life.
It is awesome. This just the whole experience. I mean, but I will tell you this. So if you live anywhere in the South, okay, East Coast, South, there are lots of mosquitoes. So the one thing I'm gonna give a tip to for summertime, even for any activity, make sure you have some off, okay? Or that special Avon spray. I can't remember
Skin
what.
so soft, honey.
Yes. Throw that on, make sure, because even though these are fun things to do, that is a tip that I would recommend. Just make sure you have that and sunscreen, of course. But yes, just make sure. I just remember going to a drive-through and I'm like, oh my goodness, like the bugs are just out here. So if you want a great experience, just spray some off on yourself, spray some off around the little mat that you have or chairs. and that will help you. But yeah, go check it out, girl. Look in. I don't know if there's one there local. I'm trying to think as a kid because we grew up in the same town, so I can't think of one right now. But look it up and see. I mean, it might be a drive, maybe,
Yeah.
but
But that's really nostalgic. I think, especially when your kids are young, like whenever I do something with my kids or
Mhm.
we think of something to do that we don't do often, just looking at the way that they react to
Mhm.
it is worth everything. Like,
Oh,
and the way that they talk to other people about it, that is so magical in itself to hear them say, "Nana or grandma, this is what we did. This is what mom and I did."
mhm.
Or, um, "This is what we experienced." I just think that that's the most precious thing. So, I'm gonna have to try that out and
Yeah, do it as
report
a
back.
surprise. I did it with my kids as a surprise and my husband, and this was in Ohio, and we're driving, and they're like, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "It's a surprise." And when we got there, they were like, "Is this a movie theater? This doesn't look like one." I said, "I know, but it's going to be an awesome experience." And so they really did. And it's those memories. So we haven't talked about, I haven't done that since then, but I'm sure that they would enjoy it. So check that out. And then also, guys, make sure you check out camps. If you have little ones, I'm sure there's, the YMCA, that's a great organization.
Mhm.
Check, they also have library camps, believe it or not, where you can spend a couple hours at the library. They might have other organizations come to the library. There might be some kind of building blocks or Lego type
Oh,
camps.
yeah.
Yeah, and then check out colleges. They also host camps too. So it can be engineering. I mean, it could be multiple different things that they can be learning during the summer that is still fun, educated, but not necessarily like school. So check those
Right.
out too. They have them too for adults. So if you are a stay-at-home parent and maybe you want to take a knitting class or a crochet class, check those out too. I mean, they might be at Michael's, they might be at some colleges. You can go online on Facebook. You can find actual groups where people actually meet up in homes or other places, and there's opportunities there. So that way you're not stuck at home during the summer or bored, or even for your kids. There might be like a kids group. Check out for those that are Christians out there. If you are, that's what you practice. There's Bible school. I used to do that growing up. My kids did that, and I will continue that with my daughter when she gets to that age. But Bible school is also a great option too.
That is, and, you know, I we keep going back to the same common denominator, the memories
Yes.
that are made, and when you think back at your childhood, and I don't know if this happens to you at all, Stephanie, not only do you have those memories, but you can smell something or taste something and see something or hear something, and it just brings you back to that moment,
It
and it
does.
is the most beautiful feeling. It's
Mhm.
almost indescribable, but the way that that makes you feel is so contagious that you just wanna provide those memories to your kids
Mhm.
as well. So, I think that all of those ideas are incredible ideas. Just checking out what your city has, checking
Mhm.
out, what the other towns in, the area or other cities, if they're close to you, what they have to offer to make sure that you're not looking back at your life and saying, "Well, what did I do?" You
Mhm.
wanna definitely have an account of memories. We want to be rich in memories with our family, with our children, with our spouse, with our parents, with our friends. So, I love all of the suggestions that we just made. So, along with all those things that we do with our kids, providing these beautiful memories, as a busy woman, share some things and or routines you've discovered that makes your life easier.
So I would say a routine. Well, a lot of the time, so everyone, I am a planner. I actually, even though I have an iPhone, for some reason, keeping an actual physical, like 2-year planner that you can actually write down what you're doing every day, something about marking off tasks just is so fulfilling to me. Like I actually accomplished, it could be the smallest, simple thing. But that for me is a routine that makes my life easier because I have so many things going on, so many appointments. I, like I said in the last episode, I literally go from here to there with all my children, trying to do all their events, all their activities. So that helps keep things in order. So personally, I need a planner. I just can't remember everything. And so I think that'll be a great option for those that may find it difficult if you have a lot going on in your life. Maybe seeing
Right.
it and it's something you're actually touching and you're being responsible for writing it down, or maybe it's on your phone. Maybe you get notifications, and that's your way, like on a calendar that notifies you if you set that reminder, and that's your way that makes things easier. Do that, but have a plan. I think would be a great routine that could possibly make your life easier. What do you think?
No, that's great. I myself have a physical planner that I write things down on. I mean, I may have events that populate in my Outlook calendar, like birthdays, or if
Mhm.
I plan something, I know sometimes with your phone, it'll automatically populate into your Outlook, or you have the option to send it to your Outlook calendar. So, but I am true to writing it down, along with that, creating a to-do list. That is something that my husband and I do that he religiously does. If he's busy and he's gotta get things done before a trip, or just like before the week is over, he sets a to-do list for himself.
Mhm.
And when you do that, there's so much pleasure in checking it off or crossing it
Yes.
off.
Yes.
It's just very
It is, and I've
satisfying.
been doing that myself since middle school. I don't know if middle schools or high schools provide this anymore. I guess it depends on your county. But when I was growing up, we actually got issued a planner. Like I looked
I did
so,
too.
yes, I was looking so forward to that at the beginning of every school year. I might be nervous for my classes, but something about getting that planner and that spiral bind on, I don't know what it was. I mean, I would write down all my homework or my assignments, even what I was wearing, just to say, hey, I'm documenting the things I'm
Wow.
wearing so I don't repeat my outfits. I'm making sure that I'm being accountable to get my work done. And so I've always used a planner, and I think I went through a period where I didn't, and I found myself forgetting things. Like for me, that worked out for me. Um,
Yeah.
sure. But there was another routine that I thought of that I do every morning. And you do it. I believe you do it too. And if you want to share that, you can. But there is a affirmation spiral book that I do. It's an everyday affirmation. And even if I don't wake up in the happiest mood, when I sit down at my desk before I even log in for work, because I do work from home, it's just something about reading words of affirmation that help me, and they apply. It's almost like opening up a fortune cookie, right? It can apply to anyone's life. So I picked one up at a Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can pick it up at Michael's. Those are really good. And you can do daily devotions. I do that as well. Those are
Mhm.
really good. And I am a Christian, so I also have a Bible app. So reading a scripture every day helps me. I might not be able to spend as much time as I like, but I feel like having some kind of positive
Right.
influence is really great. It can really make your life easier. It can calm you down from anxiety or depression if you're struggling with that, and it can help your day go but much smoother, and just your life in general.
Yeah. I love that. So I do actually devotions and I read them. I love doing that because I get to just spend some time pouring into myself, spend some time with God. And I also record them on TikTok as well.
Mhm.
And so I've been able to get a really great response from those that I read. I just record my devotion and then I share, what my take is on the devotion. So I love doing that as well. And it's a great thing to incorporate into your routine because
Mhm.
so quickly we can jump into that to-do list of work or items that we have to get done by a certain time. But taking some time outside of waking up, making your bed up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, getting dressed, but taking a beat and saying, "This is the first thing that I'm gonna do for myself today. I'm gonna read, this devotion to add to my life and spend time with God." So I love that, and I think that that's a great thing to
Mhm.
incorporate in your routine. So one thing that I have done for the past couple of years that has been so helpful to me, I order laundry detergent, paper towel, toilet paper, any type of heavy,
Mhm.
non-perishable item, I will order it from my store of choice. Sometimes it's Target because Target has a sale, and
Mhm.
I get them to deliver it to the house for free.
Oh, wow.
It's so helpful to me to do that because I don't have to go into the store, and as you can imagine, like, I buy when you buy in bulk, you save more money because the price per unit is lower. However, going to the store with a teenager and a toddler can be somewhat eventful,
Yes, definitely.
and I mean, it just can be. If you know, you know how
Yeah.
it can be. So, picking out those heavy items and then carrying them back to your car, then unloading them from your car when you have to grab your toddler, tell your preteen to get off the phone, to get out of the car. It can be a lot. So that is something that I've been doing for the last couple of years is ordering those big bulky items, getting them to just come on and deliver them to the house. I drag the box into the house, unbox, and put
Really
it
good.
away.
Yeah.
That's I'm telling you, I order body wash, shampoo, paper towel, toilet paper, you name it, if it's non-perishable and I can get it delivered to the house for free, your girl is ordering them. So
Yes,
that is a
I
tip,
gotta try that. And they're
girl.
everyday things, and even if you order a lot of it and stock up on it, I mean, you're going to need to use them anyways. That's really good. To piggyback off of that, so since COVID of so 2024, I know you had mentioned that you weren't doing this for a while because I know the germs and things of that nature, but till this day, something about shopping for groceries gives me anxiety because I do have a 3-year old. And when we're in the store, it's adding more things into the basket. It's stopping to do other little things. Maybe there's a toy and we pass by it. So ever since 2024, I do pickups for the exception of certain fruits or meats, because I do go to Costco to buy my meats in bulk. And I do want to pick out my fruits and vegetables for the most part.
Mhm.
But a lot of my groceries, you all, I will shop and do a pickup at Walmart or Target. It just makes my life much easier. I literally go on the pickup line, put on the app that I'm here. They come in, they actually will load it in your car. There are times where I just want to be helpful. I'm like, I will help. But I just sit there and I wait, they load it. And when I get home, my kids come and they unload the car and they help me out. So that might make your life easier if you're busy. If you're someone that likes to shop, then go do that. But for me, it's like one less thing. And I have to shop for groceries every week just because where I live at, I don't have like a second refrigerator or a freezer that I can actually
Right.
store a lot of groceries at one time. I do have a deep freezer. I do put my meats in there, but I don't. So if I'm doing this every week, I just rather take an hour, hour and a half on my phone, order what I need, and then just go pick it up.
Yeah,
So that's another thing that might make your life easier. But that's really good that you shared
absolutely.
about those products and just having them shipped to your house. I have to try that.
Girl, it's a life changer. A life changer, especially if you have company. I know, like, during the summertime, growing up for me, and I know for you too, Stephanie or Z, during the summertime, you have a lot of people coming in, you have a lot of activity. So sometimes you just gotta order. I've done it with Amazon as well because so I do it based on who has the sale. And if Amazon is cheaper or if there's a product that I get from Amazon that, is a good deal, you can set it to reorder like
Oh,
every couple of months. So I love that too. I think that that's a great thing as well.
mhm.
Um, Another thing that makes my life easier, I try not to wait until we're almost finished with an item before ordering it again or getting it from the store if I do end up getting it from the store. Especially if I'm in the store and it pops in my mind, "Oh, we need napkins." I'm just gonna go ahead and get the napkins. Because I've run into it where I'm at the store, I know I need the thing, but I'm like, "We're not finished with it yet." And then we're finished with we're completely out of napkins, and I'm like, I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
So, if you know you need that thing
Mhm.
in about a week, just go ahead and get it.
Stay stocked. Stay
Yeah,
prepared.
stay stocked up, stay prepared, or
Yeah.
order. I mean, if you're getting used to the ordering thing, go ahead and just, um,
Yeah.
order and get it
Yeah.
shipped to the house. So,
Everyone, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to ZWSB.24. We have new episodes every other Tuesday. You can view it at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our next one is going to be available to stream on July 16th, so make sure you stay tuned for that. You can follow us, everyone, on YouTube. That's where we stream at. You can follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So make sure, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way that you receive those notifications every time that we have any new episodes for you. So we love sharing everything with you today. We hope that you enjoyed our episode and we look forward to seeing you next time, everyone. So we love you and stay tuned. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.
bye. Bye, sis.